Salon Audio is brought to you by Ask Jeeves. Have a question about politics? Visit ask.com.
So, what's your reaction to Bush's victory?
I'm actually surprised, and I didn't think I would be, but I mean, I honestly, I've been thinking about this show in terms of Al Gore for so long. But, you know, lately as the polls came in, we sort of were saying, you know, this show might end up being about Bush, and it doesn't really matter. I mean, the whole premise from the beginning was either one of these two guys totally sucks, so it'll really work either way.
What about you, Matt?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with Trey. We've been working for, you know, a couple months thinking about ideas for the show, and I mean, they're going to be, you know, it would make two different kinds of shows, but you know, I think it's going to be fine for us. That's funny that it's really the only thing we cared about is for our show.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I don't think either of us really cared that much for the country.
And it was so funny. I mean, literally, just like everyone else, I mean, we were, you know, at about 3 o'clock today, we were saying, oh, okay, it's going to be about Gore. It's going to be a show about Gore. And we're sitting here with the writers, and we're just sort of, you know, coming up with Gore ideas, and all of a sudden they pulled the state of Florida back out. And it was like, oh, wait a minute. You know, no. And then, you know, so it's just so funny that it happens that this one that, you know, our show hinged on ends up being this totally close to call one.
And it's kind of creepy that, like, for the last week, both candidates have been in Florida campaigning. You're like, that's kind of weird, whatever. And then it really did come down to Florida.
Yeah.
It's like they really do know so scientifically the way we're all going to vote. It kind of creeped me out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It kind of took all the fun out of it. I was like, wow, you really did know it was going to come down to that.
What do you think it was? What do you think affected the outcome in the end?
I don't know. Gore, I mean, they're both such big dorks, but Gore is just the biggest dork in the world. And I think that it's just, you know, when people, because it seemed like the more people saw of him, the more he was in the public eye, the more people were like, ugh.
I think Gore from the very get-go should have been, you know, like, he should have been just like, you know what? I'm a boring guy. I'm a super boring guy. But don't worry about it. I'm going to do my best job. But he always tried to, like, go, I'm exciting. Watch me dance. Look, I'm going to run around and watch me kiss my wife. He should have just said, I'm a boring guy from the very get-go.
But it is great. I mean, for us, for the show, it's just great because, I mean, it's proven now. You know, you're going to, either way, we were going to have a president that sort of half of the country didn't want in there. And now we have that still. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, you've really got a president where literally half the country doesn't want him to be there. It's pretty sweet.
So how does the outcome affect the show for you guys? I mean, are you happy as far as the show goes, or did it would have gone either way?
Yeah, I think we sort of knew what direction to take either way, and you know, I think that it really is just with Gore it was more big dork tries to run Washington, and with Bush it's more sort of big dork tries to run Washington, fish out of story or fish out of water. You know, I mean, it's just sort of. You know, I think you know. Again, the show. We're not trying to make a big political show. We're just trying to make a show where the trippiness of it is it's based on real people, and so it, you know, it doesn't really matter for us.
Right. Did you guys vote?
No, I didn't.